This is the kickoff to our fourth ever Founders Weekend. Bunch of activities going on, this being one of them. We're super excited. Just so you guys know, we've got about 2,500 alums out there roaming the earth, which is a big improvement over having 7 people in our original graduating class. I spoke at middle school and upper school chapel this morning and did a show of hands of parents that have students that are at ESD today, and it's pretty amazing how many people actually have kids here. So it just shows we've definitely come a long way. Thank you to Father Swan and Carolyn for being here. It means a lot to us as alums to have you guys here on campus and participating in the events today. Thank you guys so much. We're excited as an alumni association where we're growing. Our theme this year is kind of more engagement. So just doing kind of fun, different activities, whether it's happy hours or wolf run or golf tournament, whatever it is, and just kind of keep it fun and reach out to those folks that haven't been back in a long period of time. And just to see the amazing campus, to see the teachers, to see the students. I mean, just doing the campus tour a minute ago, I mean, it's mind-blowing how this campus has evolved over the years. So our goal is to kind of re-engage with those people, and we think organically, if we do that properly, that the involvement will increase. And then next year we might have a full room for Meredyth's State of the School address. I will say about Meredyth too, that Meredyth has been amazing for us as alums. She is fully bought in. We are lockstep together in terms of how we coordinate things, the meetings that we conduct. We had some bylaws we created this year, which we aligned with the Board of Trustees bylaws. So we are arm in arm as we kind of spread the word in the Alumni Association. So thank you for all your support and everything you do. The reason we're doing this on the microphone is because she's being recorded, so we're going to do this at the podium. She got some slides to show you guys. Some amazing things on where the school has come and where it's going. It's phenomenal. So thank you guys again. Obviously lots of activities the rest of this weekend. We've got our Wolf Run event tomorrow morning, got the party tomorrow night, Eucharist on Sunday morning, officiated by Father Swan, a family picnic right after, legacy photo after that, and then Monday is golf and tennis. So if you know of anyone that might want to play golf or tennis on Monday, or anyone wants to participate tomorrow or Sunday, please bring them. We've got a good group. We can always use more. So thanks very much. With that, I'll introduce or let Meredyth take over.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. I'm hoping that the fact that our audience is relatively slim means that people are very comfortable with the state of their school. But please know the state of your school is well. ESD is thriving, and Steve, I echo, and Carolyn, we love having you here. So it's with great pride that I stand up here and show you what we're doing and how we're continuing to move forward. And I just, to sort of echo what Chris said, the alums of a school are what make it continue to keep it going forward. And this is your school. And I am lucky enough to currently be entrusted with its stewardship. But know that every day when I'm thinking about our students and our teachers, I'm also thinking about our alums. And I'm thinking about safeguarding the institution that you all went to. So you're very much in our minds. And I'm glad you're here to check on the state of your school. I want to just share the closing line from our manifesto. I'm going to talk a little bit about this later, but we had the opportunity to work with Stan Richards and the Richards Group, a phenomenally internationally recognized marketing firm. And something that Stan does with a few of his most valued clients is he creates a manifesto for the organization. And this is really a declaration of who we are as an institution. It's not our mission, it's not our vision, it's an identity statement that's timeless in nature. And this is the closing stanza of that. We are preparing lives that will go out from the classroom, reach out into the community, and stand out in the world. We are the Episcopal School of Dallas, and we are igniting lives of purpose. And this phrase, igniting lives of purpose, has really caught on. I hear parents using it, I hear faculty using it, I hear students using it, and I think it's a pretty powerful statement about the magic that happens in the educational experience here at ESD. And I suspect that each one of you is out igniting igniting lives of purpose yourselves. And I hope that the experience you experienced as students here has played out in that way for you. If you haven't seen the full manifesto, I would encourage you to look at it on our website. It is a beautiful and powerful statement. So the role of a head of school is twofold. One is to protect and honor who we are, our founding tenets, our founding legacy, and then the other is to make sure that we do not stay static and die on the vine. So we need to be protecting tradition, and we need to be evolving as the world around us evolves. As you can imagine, it wouldn't be good for us to look the same way we did in 1974. Lots and lots of things have changed, but there are lots of things that have stayed the same. And as I speak today, I hope you will recognize a lot of those things that have stayed the same. And I'm going to share an update on ESD tomorrow, which is our 10-year strategic plan. It was a plan that was researched and written in 2011, adopted by the board in 2012, and when I came was in its second year. So we're now in the fourth year of this strategic plan, and I want to show you some of the outcomes of this plan. So the plan has 5 primary goals: excellence in learning and teaching, exemplary faculty, staff, and students, sustainability for the future, brand integrity, and Episcopal identity. I added Episcopal identity when I came as a 5th goal of the strategic plan, and as long as I'm the head of this school, Episcopal identity will be a standing element of any strategic plan because it is such a critical piece of who we are as an institution. So this plan is really about excellent learning and teaching. That's what we're in the business of here. It's about the best people, the best faculty, the best students, and supporting them the best we can. It's about making sure that we have the resources we need to do that work. It's about staying true to who we are, our brand integrity, and then again, holding on to that Episcopal identity and living that out in the best of our ability. So there's been a lot happening with our strategic plan. This is a group of, I think, beginners, our youngest kids, 3-year-olds, who are studying clouds. And what they were learning is that you can stick your hand right into a cloud. It's not a solid, it's a gas. 2 years ago, we began a partnership with the Perot Museum here in Dallas, and we had a member of their education staff teaching in our lower school 2 days a week. I am pleased to say that he now is on our staff and teaches with us 5 days a week at ESD. So we have a lower school science curriculum specialist working with our youngest kids, and this is just an example of some of the hands-on activities that they get to explore. This is a middle school. I think these are 5th graders. We are partnering with a school in Uganda. This is a school that our students have gotten to know their students using technology. They Skype with one another. They talk. And our students have learned that these kids have to live in families where they have to gather their own water, and then they have to have a filtration system to try to clean that water, and that their clothes get washed, and their pots and their pans and their dishes in their house get washed in a local river where their animals are swimming. This has been a big eye-opener for our 5th graders. And these are 2 kids who are working on developing a model of a water filtration system. So our students and the students in Uganda are trying to create mobile water filtration systems that are very easy to use for families. The program is called Level Up. It's a partnership that we have. This is an example of just an incredible resource we have on campus, which is our quarry. And we are just about to unveil a interdisciplinary wildlife initiative. It's a school-wide program about researching and discovering and protecting urban wildlife sanctuaries, of which the quarry is one. Students will also be doing some similar work out at Wolf Run. This is school-wide. All 3 divisions are doing this. It incorporates science, the arts, mathematics, lots of different programs getting involved here. We're in the process. There was an engineering class that's designing a blind that art students will use to photograph wildlife and to draw and to sketch. We have a chicken coop. If you have time this weekend, it's out behind the Wellness Center over by the garden, the geodesic dome, and we have a healthy bunch of chickens. We started with roosters, and then we found out that there's an ordinance in Dallas that says we can't have roosters, so we had to get rid of our roosters. But I think we actually, Julie, help me, we hatched our second round of chickens, right? So we have our second generation of chickens in our chicken coop, but it's been terrific, and the kids love it. Outdoor education continues to be really important to ESD. ESD, since its founding, has thought of the classroom in a really broad, creative way. And our kids spend, as I demonstrated, a lot of time outside learning. Leadership is also important, and often that outdoor education piece and the leadership piece are tied together. I am proud to say that Eddie Eason is now running our outdoor education and leadership program. This is a picture of our 8th graders in Colorado. We, this year, instituted a new sort of 8th grade capstone trip at the beginning of 8th grade. So they spent almost a week with their faculty advisors in Colorado doing leadership training and outdoor adventure activities. Talk a little bit about college placement. As part of our strategic plan, we spent a year studying best practices in college counseling and college placement, we've instituted a number of new practices and procedures. Something that's become very popular, and I have not seen another school do this yet, is we have something called the Dean's Fly-In, and we invite 4 college admissions deans to come in. We've done this for the past 4 years. So 4 deans will come in from sort of 4 different but very prominent schools, and they spend the day at ESD. They spend the day talking to administrators. They spend the day spending time with our students, and then they do a presentation for parents and students in the evening. And it's really allowed us an opportunity to get to know some college deans quite well, and for them to get to know ESD quite well, and it has had a direct impact with our admissions to those schools. I am enormously proud of the class of 2016. We have 108 members in this class, and they have been accepted. They've received 444 acceptances and are almost $9 million of merit money that has been offered to them. Everybody in the class had an acceptance well in advance of the April 1st deadline, so that took a lot of pressure off. And I think the other good news piece is that they're going and staying. They're making good choices in terms of where they go. I think the list this year is fun. If you look at it alphabetically, Auburn is at the top, Yale is at the end, and Harvey Mudd is in the middle. And I think those 3 schools give you a good sense of kind of the breadth of the students who are at ESD and what they're doing after they graduate. We continue not to have any cookie-cutter students here. We will be welcoming the juniors and seniors for the second half of this when we do our alumni panel, and you may think the group looks a little small, and that is because we have sent a large number of juniors and seniors off to the ISAS Arts Festival, which some of you all may have participated in while you were here. It's down at St. Mary's Hall in San Antonio this year. I call it mini South by Southwest, but our kids get so excited. So we have sent off students to sing and to act and to play musical instruments, and they will be adjudicated and no doubt perform really, really well. Excited to see how they do. The arts at ESD are strong. As this building would signify, they play a really big role, and we know that they play a more and more critical role given the creative economy in which we all live. FAN is an organization. It's sort of the booster club of the arts that was started by parents and a school partnership 2 years ago. Kevin Moriarty came in this winter and spoke to our community in the evening. They are just big supporters of the arts. We actually have an alum who's been fabulous. Bradley Agatha Means has helped us develop some partnerships with opportunities in Dallas. So our parents and our students have had opportunities to do some pretty neat things in the arts world up close and personal. We're spending a lot of time thinking about the skill building in the arts and ensuring that our schedule supports that, particularly in the middle school. When we think about the decline that young kids have as they age up from elementary to middle, the creativity tanks. And we need to do whatever we can to kind of hold on to that skill of creativity and to continue to nurture it. So this year we actually are changing up our middle school schedule, so we're putting more arts and art opportunities into the middle school student schedules. We've also added a dance program, so we now have dance here at ESD. Student leadership is growing. Another objective of our strategic plan is to enhance the student leadership. This is an example of sort of the grassroots student leadership. We have formal, I call it the big L leadership. Those are elected and selected leaders, and then we have lots of opportunities to be a small L leader. And these kids were sort of started small and became big L leaders. This was the day after the attacks in Paris. At Charlie Hebdo, and these kids wanted the world to know that at ESD we were worried about the rest of the world, and they put together a neat video that was sent out, and we were really proud of them. Student leadership, cultural competency, ensuring service to others, all big themes here at ESD. We have some really wonderful partnerships. This is a picture of our students and faculty working with Shoulder to Shoulder. It's an organization that we are a founding member of. This year we'll send 25 students to participate in working with NGOs, but it's service learning in Tibet and in Peru, in New Orleans, and in Detroit. And every year we send students out. The students who participate in these trips and experiences then will spend time in the middle of the school year studying leadership together in various places here in this country. So it's a terrific opportunity. The ESD Works program is a great example of the elements of our strategic plan interconnecting. ESD Works, is an internship program for rising seniors. It was originally started by our DADS partnership, which is part of our Parents Association. Our Alumni Association quickly took hold, and they too now are a huge sponsor of this program. But this year, basically any rising senior who would like to have a summer internship, paid or unpaid, in a field that they're interested in exploring, gets to do that. We have parents and we have alumni who have offered up incredible opportunities for our students. So this year we are placing almost 80 rising seniors in summer internships. And as Brian says in his, you want our kids to work with you. They are bright and capable. Brian has said he wished they could stay and work during the year. But I would encourage any of you who think you might have internship ability to host somebody, again, paid or unpaid, to let us know. It's just a great opportunity. We have sort of an announcement night. I keep picturing when medical students find out where they're doing their residencies, but everybody gathered, all the kids gather, and the letters get handed out as to what your placement is, and it's a big deal. Professional development for faculty is a significant piece of what we have looked at when we talk about best people in our strategic plan and supporting the best teaching. The best teachers make the best schools, and we all know that. We really have developed a professional learning community here at ESD. There is an expectation that faculty are engaged in constant learning, that we have changed our whole evaluation system to faculty to one based in professional growth. So the idea is that they're committed to growing. As you can see on the right, our allocation for professional development for faculty has grown tremendously over the past few years. We now have not that I'm keeping track, but one of the largest budgets for professional development in our marketplace in Dallas. So we're very proud of that. And you can see the different ways that faculty are using those funds to enhance their learning, which has a direct impact on the learning in their classrooms. So we've got lots of things happening here at school where we may bring a speaker to school so that everybody can benefit from that. We have some year-long cohorts of faculty who are doing graduate level work on campus. The teacher comes in to do that. We have cross-department and inter-department observation and collaboration. Lots of opportunities to give feedback, to get feedback. Faculty can apply for grants to leave campus and go learn something. We have people who've put together presentations to take other places. We support advanced degrees for our faculty. That's the accelerated educational grants, so that you can receive up to 80% tuition for an advanced degree over a period of time. And then finally, opportunities to work in the summer for faculty, so that they may be getting together to write new curriculum with a colleague, to develop new coursework. Alumni connection is important. This is a picture from last year's Founders Day alumni panel. Reconnecting with our alumni is a critical piece of our strategic plan. When we first started this work, we didn't know where 14% of you were. We did not have good contact information, and we are now down to under 4%. So we're pleased with that. We are now able to communicate effectively with you. But we really, through working with the Alumni Association, our goal is partnership and staying connected. I know some people think it's all about fundraising, and that's an important piece, but really it's about maintaining that connection and ensuring that you know what's happening at your school. We've developed new travel program, so we're traveling across the country on an annual basis now, connecting with our alumni. We're doing more events in Dallas based on sort of generational events. We had a terrific networking event here this winter for sort of 20 to 30-somethings. We had a terrific event in New York City. We had about 30 people in attendance for that. So we're doing good work, staying connected. We had a website redo this winter that I think has helped as well, so I hope that you're finding that website as a useful tool to keep connected to one another and to the school.